Hello everyone and welcome to another video. We are discussing the Rings of Power, but we are not discussing the news about season 2 or the showrunners, more like discussing whatever happened to those quote-unquote Tolkien experts that were taken to Oxford and that said that after having talked to the showrunners, they had no more concerns, if you remember, and how they have changed their opinions and whether their tunes have been keeping up with the shilling or whether they have just changed in one way or another. So, without any further ado, let's dive into what these people had to say and how much they have changed or if they keep on being the shills that they showed to be. One of the most vocal ones against the show because of its shortcomings in every episode was Nerd of the Rings. Bear in mind that this guy also said that he thought that the show was in very good hands and has tried, I would say, has reached more than anything to look for quote unquote deeper lore, deeper Tolkien lore, that is. And I don't reckon that that's really what is happening. I mean, you see the show, and there is no real connection to the Tolkien's lore, and what they do is just to have these sort of callbacks to, well, for example, the Peter Jackson films, right? I mean, if you check the last episode with that "always follow your nose" phrase, well, he's saying that he's Gandalf, but at the same time not Gandalf, maybe, and that it might be one of the Blue Wizards, right? So, Lord of the Rings is looking for ways in which this can connect to Tolkien in one way or another, although he did say that the show seems a tad underwhelming and that the showrunners have a lot of work to do going forward for season 2. And that was just about it, right? But he continues hopeful that the show might become better. So once again, we have a case of, well, yeah, I am a Tolkien fan and I am knowledgeable, quote unquote, on Tolkien lore, but I don't care. They can just butcher it however they want. I will still support them and help them so long as they take me to Oxford and they show me pretty nice things, right? That's basically the thing here in this case. Who needs a reputation when you've got money, right? Well, that's a case of the Tolkien professor, because if you remember, he has been doing this thing time and time again. We saw him with the IGN video where he said that Tolkien specifically said that female dwarves had beards, and many other Tolkien fans that were less of a scholar than he is, right, pointed out that Tolkien wrote that in one of the appendices, which, by the way, is material that Amazon has the rights to, right? And he's been doing this time and time again. He's caught red-handed and then he just diverts attention or goes to a different point. That happened also when, before the release of the 8th episode, I think it was before even the 7th one, but I don't really know. I think it was between those two episodes in that week that he pointed out that three things that were going to be a letdown for him were the Balrog appearing before the time that he should, Halbrand being Sauron, and also the stranger being Gandalf because he wants him to be one of the Blue Wizards, right? And as you could see, if you paid attention, or if you haven't paid attention to what happened at the end of season 1 of The Rings of Power, well, Halbrand is actually Sauron, right? And it appears like the stranger is Gandalf, even if you don't want to believe it. Well, and I don't understand really how that second point is something that passed him by, because if you were paying attention, this is something that you could see from a mile, coming from a mile away. And I pointed this out as soon as I saw the I think the second trailer to The Rings of Power, that Halbrand was going to be Sauron. And then later on I found out that Neurotic, which is a big channel, also had information beforehand. And he knew that that was going to be the case, and he apparently let it be known. like spoiler or something. So it was something that everyone could see. I mean, he saw it, he had the information on that. We saw the trailers. I saw the trailer and I thought, well, yeah, this fella is going to be Sauron, of course, you know. And he didn't see it coming, right? But anyways, that and the stranger being Gandalf, those seem to be confirmed. I mean, at least Halbrand as Sauron is confirmed, and he still thinks that the stranger is one of the Blue Wizards. Now, if you pay attention, it is said that the Blue Wizards came together into Middle Earth. So why only one of them is there? Beats me, right? I mean, I don't really know, but I reckon that this is also confirmed, but he wants to play it like, no, no, we still don't know anything, just like Lord of the Rings, right? And he also pointed out that he doesn't really have any opinions on this last episode, and that he still needs to digest information before he can make an opinion of it. You know, that's something that he mentioned in this sort of live show that he has, Other Minds and Hands. And I reckon that he's just trying to postpone the evident, which is everyone's going to call you in on your bullshit, right? He did point out in his tweet that none of those three things would represent a major deal breaker for him, but of course, right? What constitutes a deal breaker for shields of this nature? And I'm not going to talk about all of these shields, but if you pay attention, I mean, it's evident that these people, you know, they don't care whether this show destroys Tolkien's lore, whether this show does things that they dislike. They are going to continue shilling for it. They are going to continue saying, yeah, well, it doesn't matter. It's not a deal breaker for us, you know. We're still going to love the show, you know. We're still going to support it. We're still going to go with Amazon, you know. And I mean, I wanted to have another section dedicated solely to the OneRing.net, but I reckon that that is just been, you know, redundant in some way or another, because anyone that has been paying attention would also know that that's exactly what the OneRing.net are doing. You know, they are shilling for Amazon. They are calling this a wonderful show. They are saying how this show is true to Tolkien. They are just gaslighting fans as they have done in the past. They are erasing and hiding and blocking people left and right who disagree with them. You know, all these people. And it's just the same thing over and over and over with the OneRing.net. So there you have it, folks. It's all the time the same stupidity, and it's always the same people, right? I mean, we are having the same people all the time doing the same stupid shit, you know. So what's the point of having these quote-unquote experts if they're going to sort of criticize your show, but they do it lightly, like Nerd of the Rings, you know? Like, yeah, well, I didn't like it, but I'm going to still wait for the second season. I think that they're going to improve, and I hope that they do, you know. Or Corey, the Corey Olsen, you know, that says, well, you know, I don't want to give my opinion on it. I still need to digest it, you know. We are not criticizing. That's not what we do in this show, you know, and that sort of thing. You know, they can't eat their words, but they can certainly try and divert the attention from them or try to gaslight you. No, that's not what we really meant by it, you know, and that sort of stupid thing. So what I'm trying to draw attention to in this case is the hypocrisy of these people and how we should really believe them, you know. We should not allow them to have this influence in our lives, you know, like, well, you said that, and you also said that the show was in good hands. If it is so, why are these rumors spreading like wildfire that they are going to try and retool the show for season 2? And that the showrunners are just going to be there, you know, in name only, basically, you know. And if the show was in such good hands, why was it so disliked? Can you really just rely on review bombing for saying that, oh no, that 38 or 39% on Rotten Tomatoes and all those negative scores out there. They are just the work of crazy, you know, salty fans that didn't even watch the show. Come on. I mean, let's be real. The show is just crap. You said that you were going to call these people on their bullshit once the show aired. And so far, none really dared to do it. I mean, you can say that Lord of the Rings maybe said, well, this didn't really gel very well, this was poorly written. But he is very light on his criticisms, you know. He's still trying not to anger the hand that is feeding him, right? Anyways, what I think is that these people are not loyal. They are not real Tolkien enthusiasts, and of course they have been bought. They have paid the price, and it's up to us to make their voices be just as empty and as unheard as they should, because they do not really represent the fandom. They don't really represent the expertise in Tolkien's work. They should just be forgotten altogether. I am not asking anyone to attack these people, of course. I'm just saying, question whether you should believe in everything that they say, because sometimes they might not be really that interested and they are just drawing water to their own wells. But of course, that is just my Viking view. Let me know your opinion down below in the comment section. And thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you next time.